Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to cut through all the noise and bring you the really compelling insights from the week's biggest stories. Just imagine, the roar of the crowd, the absolute thrill of someone getting their first win, and then all the complex business stuff happening behind the scenes. It's all part of the sports world we love, right? And golf this past week, it absolutely delivered. Today, we're doing a deep dive into the world of golf, specifically for the week ending August 3rd, 2025. Our mission, really, is to pull out the most important bits of knowledge for you. Everything from, thrilling tournament results across all the global tours to the big business deals and, even the political currents that are shaping the sport right now. Think of this as your shortcut, your way to quickly get up to speed on the key developments, maybe some unexpected details, and what it all actually means for the future of golf. And we're covering a lot of action from major tours like Livy Golf, the PGA Tour, the LPGA Tour. Plus, important stuff from feeder tours, regional tours that maybe you don't hear about as much elsewhere. We want you to get the whole picture. So let's jump in. Wow, what a week it was for golf. It's a really vibrant period, some truly electric action across the professional tours.
It really was. And what's so interesting is just the sheer range of competition we saw. You had established stars, emerging talents, everyone with their own story playing out.
Definitely. And leading the charge on one front was Live Golf, their UK event. That was July 26th to 28th at JCB Golf and Country Club.
Right, in England.
And Jon Rahm, he just continued his impressive run, got the individual win, and his team, Legia 13th, they took a team title too.
Yeah, it really highlights Rahm's consistency in that specific format, 54 holes, no cut. Rahm's dominance there, it kind of forces you to think about what consistency even means in modern golf, doesn't it? I mean, does that environment where everyone plays all three rounds no matter what, does it allow for a different kind of strategy?
Yeah.
Or maybe even a different mental game than, the traditional 72-hole cuts?
That's a really interesting point. It's a huge storyline for him and for Livy. Okay, so from Livy, let's pivot over to the PGA Tour. So we saw a massive breakthrough moment there this week.
Oh, yeah.
Cameron Young finally got his first PGA Tour win at the Wyndham Championship.
About time. He's been knocking on the door.
Totally. That wrapped up August 3rd at Sedgefield Country Club, and he finished strong, like a really decisive lead in the final round. And this win was just crucial because it was the last regular season event right before the FedExCup Playoffs kickoff. Talk about timing.
The timing couldn't possibly be better.
Yeah.
A win like that, right at that critical point, it's going to seriously boost his FedExCup standing, which, is basically his ranking for the whole season-ending championship series. It decides who gets in, where they start.
Right.
So a first win right before that huge stage, it could either totally free him up mentally or maybe add a whole new kind of pressure. We'll see.
Absolutely. And then over on the LPGA Tour, we saw a new star really rise. Miyu Yamashita from Japan.
Ah, yes, the AIG Women's Open.
Exactly. Also finished August 3rd over at Royal Porthcawl in Wales. She finished at an impressive 11 under.
Wow.
2 shots clear of Charley and Minami Katsu, who were, really tough competitors. And this was her first major victory. Just a brilliant performance.
Yamashita's win, it's not just about her, though. It really highlights this powerful trend in women's golf, doesn't it? You see these younger international players coming up and just fearlessly challenging the established names. This win cements her as a top player and suggests, a really dynamic shift could set up some amazing new rivalries.
That's exciting. And the senior tour, that gave us some real drama, too.
Who was that?
Bo Van Pelt. He snagged the win at the Stager PGA Seniors Championship. Also wrapped up August 3rd, this one at Trump International in Scotland.
Okay.
And he won it in a thrilling one-hole playoff against Darren Fichardt.
Yep.
Finished at 3 under.
Playoff drama, always good.
But here's the really nice touch his son was caddying for him.
Oh, that's fantastic. That kind of personal story, having his son on the bag for a win like that, it just adds such a rich layer,
That's right.
It reminds you of the emotional side, the personal journeys these players have, even in the senior ranks.
Yeah, exactly. We also saw some great feeder tour action and even a home win. Daniel Young.
Ah, the Challenge Tour.
Yep, the Farmfoods Scottish Challenge. Also ended August 3rd at Chelleas Roxburgh in Scotland. He beat Julien Quesne by just 1 shot, finished at a scorching 18 under.
18 under, wow.
A home win like that really boosts his chances, for potentially getting promoted to the DP World Tour.
That's a huge step. Success there on the Challenge Tour, it's so vital. That's the pipeline, right? Future talent moving up to the bigger tours like the DP World Tour, which is then a key pathway to majors, maybe even the PGA Tour eventually.
Right. And while all that was happening, some other tours were quieter. PGA Tour Champions, DP World Tour, Sunshine Tour, PGA Tour of Australasia, Japan Golf Tour. Mostly seasonal breaks, it seems, gearing up for later in the year.
Yeah, schedules ebb and flow.
But the Asian Tour had a really significant event, especially because of its connection to Livy Golf.
Okay, which one was that?
Scott Vincent won the International Series Morocco. That was actually earlier, July 3rd to 6th, at Royal Golf Dartes Salem.
Right. Vincent's a solid player.
He finished at 14 under, 4 shots clear, earned a cool $360,000. But the key thing here, the really notable part, is that this event specifically offered a pathway to live golf.
Ah, okay. That is a crucial detail. It shows one of the actual concrete ways players might move between tours, specifically from that Asian Tour International Series, straight to live golf.
Exactly.
Shows a very deliberate strategy, doesn't it, in how they acquire players.
No doubt. Okay, so we've just gone through some incredible moments on the course.
Yeah.
But, golf is way more than just what happens between the ropes.
Oh, absolutely.
What about the deals getting done, the controversies bubbling up, the sort of power struggles behind everything? Let's dig into that game behind the game, the business, the rankings, the debates.
Yeah, let's do it. Because the financial side, the structural stuff, it's just as dynamic as any leaderboard right now, maybe even more so with how everything's evolving.
For sure. So on the sponsorship side, things look pretty stable, even growing. We mentioned the PGA Tour extending with 3M for the 3M Open through 2030.
Right, that was announced a bit earlier. Good sign for them.
Yeah, ensures stability for that specific event. And then there was the 2025 PGA Buying Summit, just happened end of July in Frisco, Texas.
Okay.
Reports said increased participation, more sponsorships from brands like Flag and Anthem doing staff apparel, Club Car as the shuttle sponsor. It seems to point to a pretty robust sponsorship scene overall.
You're right, and those things, sponsorship extensions, more brands getting involved, they're really strong signals about the golf industry's commercial health. It directly impacts, how much tours can pour into prize money, player development, maybe even funding new tech or fan experiences. It's basically corporate confidence in the sport, made visible.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Now let's talk player movements and the official World Golf Ranking, the OWGR.
Always a hot topic.
Right. So we mentioned Cam Young's win. That's obviously going to boost his FedExCup standing significantly. But this past week, it was actually pretty quiet in terms of big names jumping between, say, the PGA Tour and La Vie.
Yeah, no major headlines there recently.
But the OWGR itself, it still gets updated. Wins like Scott Vincent's in Morocco, that earns him those crucial OWGR points, helps his global standing.
Which brings us right to the really contentious part, Livy Golf's eligibility for those OWGR points.
Exactly.
As you said, Livy stopped chasing OWGR points back in March 2024, but the impact of them not having points, that's the significant thing. It directly affects players qualifying for the majors. You take someone like Jon Rahm playing on Livy, it creates a real challenge for him getting into all the majors consistently, potentially affects his whole legacy.
Huge implications.
And there are still ongoing talks, apparently, about maybe changing the OWGR criteria for inclusion. Any change there would have massive ripple effects across all tours. It's a major, major point of friction.
Absolutely huge. And it ties right into the wider community reactions, the whole Tour Alliance discussion. The golf community is still pretty split, on how Livy fits into the global picture. There are constant debates about new league ideas, global unification concepts like the PGA Tour PIF framework we keep hearing about.
It's complex.
Yeah, you've got one side pushing for unity, saying it'll make competition better, grow the game, and then the other side worried about losing the identities, the traditions of the established tours.
That whole dynamic, it really reflects a crucial moment for golf. These discussions aren't just about who plays where. They're about the fundamental structure, the future governance of the entire sport.
Right.
It's this really tricky balance between, tradition and innovation. And whatever happens will define pro golf for decades.
No pressure then.
Ah.
And finally, on the business side, that PGA Buying Summit also touched on other things, equipment innovations, maybe changes to broadcast rights.
Standard industry topics.
Yeah. And we also saw some partnerships announced recently, like NGF and Kinetic back in July, teaming up for precision marketing, trying to improve fan engagement, boost commercial growth. The industry is definitely looking hard for new ways to connect with fans and, just expand its reach.
And those developments, especially using tech and marketing better, they are crucial for golf's long-term health. Moving beyond just ticket sales and TV deals. Using data, digital platforms to really deepen that engagement. trying to make the sport more accessible, more interactive for you, the fan.
Makes sense. Okay, let's look ahead then. Shift focus to the future. Who's the emerging talent we should be watching? And what's coming up in the next week for golf fans?
Yeah, good transition. Because the future isn't just today's pros, right? It's the next wave coming through the amateur ranks. That's often where you spot the real gems early.
Totally. And you can always keep an eye on U.S. college golf scores. Places like Clipped Scoreboard have that info. Lots of rising talent there.
Definitely a good place to look.
And a name we're all watching, obviously, Charley Woods. His performance at the Junior PGA Championship, finishing with a 3/74 in the final round.
Yeah.
That actually secured him a spot on the U.S. Junior Ryder Cup team. Really shows that emerging talent pipeline in action.
That's fantastic. Identifying those young players is so key. They're the ones who'll be on the big tours eventually. It's not just about who you see winning now, but who's coming up next.
Exactly. Okay, so what is coming up this week? August 4th to 10th, 2025. Big one on the PGA Tour.
Playoffs begin?
Yes. The FedEx St. Jude Championship. August 7th to 10th, TPC Southwind in Memphis. This is where the top players battle it out. You can catch it on Golf Channel, CBS.
Key storylines.
Well, Rory McIlroy's not playing, apparently.
Yeah.
But you've got Scottie Scheffler looking dominant as the playoffs start. Lots to watch there. For the LPGA Tour, though, it's a quiet week. No major events scheduled. Probably focusing on recovery after the AIG Women's Open.
Makes sense after a major.
And Live Golf. Their next event is until August 16th to 18th. That's LIV Golf Greenbrier.
Oh.
So nothing from them this immediate week. But
Okay.
The DP World Tour is playing. They've got the Nexo Championship, also August 7th to 10th. That's at Trump International up in Aberdeenshire, Scotland. Good chance for European talent to shine. And quick mentions. PGA Tour Champions has the Boeing Classic, August 8th to 10th. And the Challenge Tour keeps going with the Irish Challenge, August 7th to 10th. Might even see Bernhard Langer back in action on the Senior Tour.
Always impressive when Langer tees it up.
Isn't it? So there you have it. That's our deep dive. A pretty comprehensive look at a really packed week in golf.
Hey, a lot happened.
From those amazing wins on the course to the really critical discussions happening off it, shaping golf's future. We've tried to cover the key developments and, the undercurrents that matter most for you.
We've definitely seen how individual wins like Young's or Yamashita's connect with the bigger picture, the business strategies, the shifting competitive landscape. It just creates this incredibly dynamic, often unpredictable sport.
Absolutely. And as you think about everything we've discussed, maybe ponder this question. With all the shifting alliances, the evolving business side of pro golf, how might the actual definition of what it means to be a major golf champion continue to change in the years ahead? Will, a player's tour matter more than ever? Or will the four majors just remain the ultimate undeniable test, regardless of anything else?
That's a fascinating question. Definitely something to think about.
It is. Food for thought as the sport keeps moving forward. Well, thank you for diving deep with us today. We'll catch you next time.